Action.
Okay, we're just here to ask you some questions. I work right here. Hansborough.
Okay.
Work. I'm just gonna ask you some questions about racial media.
Okay.
How have you seen immigrants portrayed in media recently? How had how has it changed in the last 20 years?
Well, ever since like Donald Trump, his election, I seen that like Mexicans are like being really bashed. Um, Donald Trump doesn't really want Mexicans here, so the whole fact that he want to build a wall and he want Mexico to pay for the wall, that's crazy. And I feel like Donald Trump is, I think he's making Mexicans feel uncomfortable. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
Next question.
We have another question. What racial bias do you see in media?
Um, like social media.
Social media. Yeah, social.
Basically like the black girl always have weave, nappy hair. Um, like I said before, Donald Trump with the whole immigrant thing with Mexicans. Yeah, that's about it.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So third question. How do you see your race typically portrayed in American media? American media.
Well, I just did a documentary, like a slideshow from school. I go to Gutman Community College. Um, Donald Trump was talking about how African Americans affect immigrants. African Americans bring immigrants because African Americans are lazy and they make Mexicans want to come here to work. So I just thought that was really biased of him to say. I think he's trying to say that African Americans is to blame for immigrants coming, but everybody should be welcome to, to come to work.
Yeah, true. How how would you like to see your race represent in media? Do you feel there are enough places for your race to be represented, sorry, in the media?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, sure. I didn't say that right. How would you like to see your race represented in the media? Do you feel do you feel there are enough places for your race to be represented in the media?
I don't feel like it's enough of African American women that's really like high in social media, besides like actors and stuff. So I think we need to see more African American males and women like with bigger jobs, like House of Representatives or something like that.
Next question. What races do you see slandered in media?
The most
Yeah.
Mexicans.
Okay. Next question. Last one. What effects do you think American media has on the world?
I think that it divides everybody race. I feel like white privilege. I feel like there's more white privilege. I feel like race. I mean, I said race. I feel like the white race is like the more dominant, so they feel like they're better than everybody. But I think that everybody's equal. It's just that our skin color and the way we was raised like changes the way we are.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Action.
Hello. Today I'm with my intern group, and I want to ask you a few questions about like racial bias that you've seen inside the media. The first question is, how have you seen immigrants portrayed in the media recently, and how has that changed over the last 20 years?
First of all, I've seen things happening to immigrants in the media by Trump wanting to send them back, and they don't want them here in the country. They want to send them back and deport them rather back to their countries. And
Do you feel like that's changed like in the last 20 years? Like, how do you feel like that has changed?
it's changed because it's happening more. It's not like it was in the last 20 years. Last 20 years, it wasn't as bad as it was. It was just people speaking. I wish you go back to your country, but now it's media and political. Everybody, saying to go back. That's not nice.
Okay. The next question: how do you see your race typically portrayed in American media?
Well, as we look at TV and the African Americans, Our men are being shot down, less jobs. The women, they don't have any good standards for us as African American people.
All right. So next question I would like to ask you is, how would you like to see your race represented in the media? Do you feel like there are enough places for your race to be represented?
They could be representative because they're in the entertainment system, they're in acting, they lawyers, teachers, a lot of them. So yes, I feel like they could be represented better than what they portrayed on the TV now.
All right. And my last question is, what effects do you think American media has on the world?
The media has a lot of effect on the world because they are the ones that is like a connection. If you look at TV or listen to the radio, that connection is there. Just like cell phones and tweeting, you do anything quick and it'll get to the media. So yes, the media.
Okay. Thank you for answering my questions. Have a good day.
You too.
And action.
Hey, we're here. We're from Borough, and we're asking people about racial media. The first question is, I'm going to tell you right now. How have you seen immigrants portrayed in media recently? How has it changed in the last 20 years, over 20 years? In the last 20 years?
Well, I'm not that old to say 20 years ago, but I would say it would depend which way the media is leaning. Because obviously you see right leaning, it's more like, oh, they're degenerates, they're trying to take our jobs, stuff like that. And then if you get it from more of a left leaning, they're more like, look, they're bringing prosperity to the country and stuff like that. I would say, yeah, it depends more or less where the political leanings of the organization lies.
I'm going to go to the second question. What racial bias do you see in the media?
You mean in all media in general, or just like?
Media, yeah, all media.
I mean, obviously you see like the black people as the thugs, the Hispanics as thieves and stuff like that. And usually you would see that when it comes to white people, they're usually more of the prosperity, they're more prosperous and everything like that. So it.
Third question: how do you see your race typically portrayed in American media?
My race, since I'm Hispanic, is probably more of the thief. They're more of the. I'd say also sometimes they're always the go-getters, the hard earners that will work for any type of thing that will pay you money, type of thing.
Fourth question: how would you like to see your race represented in the media? Do you feel there are enough places for you to be represented in the media?
I think absolutely there's enough place for people of any race to be represented in the media. It's all about how it's portrayed, like you're asking right now. But I would want it represented as individuals, like not as we are. Our race does have certain characteristics, but we're more to us than just where we were born and stuff like that. But I would like to see more of our cultural heritage probably brought more to the light.
What races do you see slander in media?
I actually see all of our races slander in the media. Again, like from the first one, depending on who you're talking to, you can get them putting one other race in esteem and the other one in, like, just talking down to them. So,
what effects do you think American media has on the world?
I think it gives us a narrow-minded view of other individuals who are around us.
Cool. Thank you for your time. My name is Steve.
No problem. Thank you. Preston.
All right. Thank you.